How you doing?
He said, "How you doing?"
Oh, good, thanks.
Good, mate. My arms are killing.
Are they?
Yeah, I'm really feeling it.
I feel it a bit in the bicep, to be honest. I didn't think I'd feel it there. I thought it'd be like pure like forearm burn from it, but not too bad.
I'm getting it
But
like
I'll feel it in a couple of
I'm getting it like here. You say you'll feel it like a couple of days later.
Yeah, yeah. But I always feel okay the next day, and then like probably like 2 or 3 days, and then I'll like wake up in the morning, and just be like, "Damn, what have I been doing?"
I feel
And then
like
I think back to like 2 days later, I'm like, "Oh my god."
I feel like you've been hit by a
Yeah,
bus.
yeah. When we done the roof scrape, when we were actually on the roof, I felt it all like I was absolutely fine for like 3 days, and then like 3 days later, all my traps started hurting. And I was
Yeah.
like, surely that can't be from the roof scrape, but yeah, it definitely was.
um,
Nearly killed.
what headphones have you got there?
They're like the old beats.
Do,
Yeah,
do they
mixed it.
do they have a microphone in them?
I'm not too
I
sure.
wonder if you can go into your user settings on your Discord and see if you can switch over to that microphone because your mic's a little bit like staticky. It's not terrible. It's just might be a bit better. That's all.
Um,
Welcome everyone. Welcome Shay, Matt, Andy.
I'm useless with technology. Right, so what'd you do? Where'd you go?
Should be bottom left. User settings.
Oh, you froze. Or is it me?
Oh, you're back now. You're back. um.
Beats, wireless. Yeah, so it should be on my headphones.
Oh, it is. Okay. Yeah, not to worry.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Do you want me to try the phone? See if that's any better.
Yeah, you could do.
Yeah, that should be on the phone now. How does that sound?
That's so much better. That's weird.
Oh no, wait there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's loads better.
The headphones have literally just switched off. You know what? I'll just do it without headphones then.
Yeah.
If you can hear better.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can. That's fine. Yeah, wicked.
These are like falling apart anyway. I've had them for like should be about 10 years now, I think.
That's so much better. It's weird that you like your phone microphone's better than your headphones.
Yeah, let me see. It doesn't sound very loud though, your end.
Um,
How strange.
Weird. You can click on me, and you might be able to turn my volume up instead of just turning like the whole phone volume up. Hooper, welcome. Millhouse, welcome. LRS, Monkey,
Oh, there we go. That's better.
Russ, welcome. Everyone, this is Rich. This is my friend who's helped me out on the roof clean we did. Well, the last 2 roof cleans I've done. The first one was a bungalow scrape, and then you're getting into pressure washing, aren't you?
Yeah, starting it up, mate. Yeah, you've shown us the path. You helped sort us out with your van, which I've got some photos I'll send over to you anyway. But I've started taking the graphics off it.
Have you?
Yeah, slowly. Yeah, I've left a few bits. Obviously, I took the contact number and everything off. But yeah, it's yeah. It don't look like yours now.
Is it
It's
coming?
going.
Is
It's
it coming?
fine.
Are they coming off nice and easy with a heat gun?
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, I found it when I worked at depending how long they're on for, they can like the glue can kind of stick, but it can also show like a cleaner paint finish underneath the graphics. So I think like some like T cut or something. I've got some in the garage, so I've managed to get all the majority of the glue off. It's now just trying to like blend out
Yeah.
where the graphics were, but yeah, it's fine. No, it looks good. It's mainly when the light hits it, you can kind of see it, but yeah, it should come off okay.
To be fair, that van hasn't been washed in so long, so I reckon once it's had a good wash and a little polish, it'll probably blend quite nicely.
Yeah, I gave it a little rinse down. I don't think it was too dirty, to be fair, mate. You've done all right if you haven't washed it for that long.
Fair enough.
It's been a lot worse.
I think white hides some of the dirt sometimes. I think black's the worst colour for like commercial vehicles because they get really dirty really quickly.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be the other way around, but yeah, I love black cars, black vans, everything, but yeah, they show up the dirt a lot more than what you think they would.
Yeah,
Kind of works opposite. Weird.
can you have you got another screen or another device or anything where you can pull up the YouTube live chat? And don't worry if not. It just might be useful.
Yeah.
Might be useful for you to like be reading what I'm reading to the left of me.
Nice one. Yeah, I've got the computer. Here we are.
You might have to mute the live stream.
Yeah, nice one. Yeah, muted it.
Scared.
There we go.
Scared of damage tiles from scraping roofs. I think. I don't know if you're less. I think you're probably less likely to damage tiles from scraping than you are from pressure washing. I think pressure washing is more likely to show any like weak points on a roof. If you've got like weak mortar or slip tiles or anything, I mean, we had a couple of weird pieces of tile come off that roof yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah, tiny, wasn't it? Weird.
It was like up towards the ridge, and there was a few like small rectangular tiles like slotted in the groove near the ridge, and they were like they were in place. No mortar sticking them down or anything. They just sort of floated around, and I knocked about 3 of them down. But I don't know what you're supposed to do in that situation.
Did you come across any more? Because you finished it off today, didn't you? You finished the front of it.
Yeah, there was like 2 more off the front that came down, but a lot of them were missing anyway. I didn't realise there were any on the front, to be honest, but there was. There's all the moss in the way.
Oh.
Has he got wet?
Did it take you about half a day? Was it?
To be fair, I got all the pressure washing done on the roofs by 12:30. So bearing in mind, I got there for 8 o'clock in the morning. Had to move the tower around the front and reassemble all that. That took me an hour. So the pressure washing the front side of the roof, 2 properties plus the garage roof, only took me 3.5 hours, which I was quite happy with. The bit that took the longest. Yeah, the bit that took the longest was the conservatory roof. Like that was just a pain because it had so much dirty moss on it, and I was just forever rinsing it. How did you find using like a big boy pressure washer for the first time?
It was all right. Yeah, I think probably like the first like 5-10 minutes of it or so. You know, just working out how close to get to the surface and everything. But you know, 5-10 minutes after that was fine because the only other pressure washer I've really used before that was just, you know, like £100 one from like fucking Argos or someone, somewhere just to clean the cars. So, but no, it was all right. But to be honest, I think to start with, when you first feel the force from it, you think, right, yeah, it is serious kit, and you know, it is professional cleaning. So. But yeah, after 10 minutes, absolutely fine.
But you're doing the right thing. You're like asking all the questions, making sure that you've got it right in your head, and like, how close do I get? How fast do I go? Which nozzle shall I use? Like they're all the right questions, because it's so easy to make a mistake on, you know, if you use the wrong nozzle on the wrong surface, or if you point the lance in the wrong direction, you end up flicking stones up at the house and crack a window. Like I've heard it. It's quite common with surface cleaners, with the flat surface cleaners. You get like a stone caught in one of them, flings it up against the window and smashes the window. It's crazy.
Oh God. Yeah. I'd rather over ask questions. I'd rather ask silly questions that I probably even know, because you've been doing it, you know, a good few years. I'd rather just be sure.
Yeah.
Last thing I want to do is go smash a window when I'm on the job here.
Sorry, I've got this really tickly cough since I've finished doing that roof today. I feel like I've like inhaled a ball of moss or something, and I've got a weird tickly cough. So not only did you get your hands on like a commercial pressure washer for the first time yesterday, but then you were also assembling a tower with me and getting up and doing some roof pressure washing as well. Like, I feel like you really jumped in at the deep end, and you must have had to take in so much information yesterday with all the different stuff you were doing. I don't know. I'm not very good at processing information like that and just like hanging on to stuff. But I suppose learning on the job's probably the better way to do it rather than just learning all the theory first.
Yeah, but to be honest, I think that the best way I'll learn is being chucked in the deep end. I'm trying to think pretty much everything that I've done like through life. It's been just quite not much knowledge, but still quite a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
But I'm quite relaxed like that. I don't tend to overthink things. I think as long as I'm asking questions before I do something, I won't just do it without knowing what I'm doing. I'd rather ask them questions beforehand. But I think, it was a lot to take on, but I think it was all okay. It's all things that are going to take time, to learn inside out and to go off and doing it on my own. But I'd rather see like all the different sides of it. Like you said, being high up doing the roof clean as well. I mean, my forearms are absolutely burning.
Yeah.
But I think after 10 minutes of that and getting used to, the pressure and how to control, what would you essentially call that? Kind of like an extendable.
Yeah, it's a telescopic high pressure lance, I suppose.
Okay. Well, yeah, just like getting the feel of that after like 5-10 minutes or so. I mean, if I was doing that on my own to start with, I definitely would have smashed a roof tile a couple of times, because you mentioned, obviously, as soon as you come off the trigger, that just wants to drop, especially when it's quite quite far extended. But you've helped us massively with it all, because if I was doing it on my own, then I would have got chemicals all over the fence, would have left that would have been bleached, smashed roof tiles, probably got loads of moss in my face and eyes.
It's all stuff. I think it's all just mistakes that I've made, and then picking stuff up on YouTube videos as well. But yeah, stuff like not resting the turbo nozzle on the tile when you pull the trigger, because it's going to be all that concentrated pressure directly down on the tile. And like you say, letting go of the trigger, you've got all that weight on the end that was previously balancing itself and holding itself up. As soon as you let go, it just drops. And, turbo nozzles are heavy, man. They'll go straight through a tile and crack it, no problem.
Yeah.
But I think it's quite a lot to take in on one day. And it's just, I think most people's issue with a pressure washing business isn't the work itself. I mean, you either enjoy that sort of work or you don't. Like it's very sort of Marmite. I think it's not for everyone. It's a mucky job and it's quite physically demanding. But I think it's more the pricing that people tend to trip up on, or they don't feel very confident with. The pricing and the marketing. I think that's my most asked question when people send me messages like, "How are you advertising?" And I don't, like, I've been quite unique in the fact that I've literally just done before and after pictures on Facebook this whole time, so I can't give any insight into paid advertising. Do you know what you're going to be doing? You've already put some leaflets together, haven't you?
Yeah, just put 1,000 leaflets together just to start with. Ordered them in. They come in, I think it's about 10 days. Cheapskate, didn't want to pay for delivery, so I just thought I'd go for the free option.
I think I did that.
So I just yeah. I mean, I'm paying like £8 for leaflets that cost me like 40. So
yeah.
So I've got them going. I'm going to start just taking as much content as possible, just filming everything, a lot of before and afters. Because to be honest, I think we mentioned it yesterday. It sells itself. Like when you've got a great before and after picture,
you don't need to say anything. Yeah.
No, exactly. So just having that, I think, it's going to be better than any sort of paid advertisement. Social media is one thing that I've tried to be consistent with over the past, with because I've tried quite a few different business ventures. That's one thing that I know I have tripped up on in the past, but I know that if you are consistent with that, you may not see results to start with. It may take 3, 6, 12 months or so to start seeing some results from a social media point of view. But if you can keep as consistent as you can with that.
What do you mean you tripped up on it?
Just not being consistent,
Right.
just not consistent in posting. But I think that really was because in the past ventures that I've done, I've not really been 100% into it. It's not been something that I've enjoyed doing.
Mhm.
Whereas I know this is something that I enjoy doing. It's physically demanding, so you're obviously going to keep yourself in decent shape as long as you're not, having a 20 pack of Heineken and
Yeah.
takeaways every night. So I've got me water here. So physically, you're going to be, on your feet a lot, in physical shape. You're seeing good results. Customers are going to be happy. So I think from a pricing point, and I'm not sure if this is something that you've come across, I would imagine people tend to undercharge than overcharge. But after seeing how much work is involved and how physically demanding it is, and the results that you get and what actually goes into it and how often they'll need that service from you, it's money well spent in my opinion. So I think, again, I could be wrong here. You tell me otherwise.
No, I
Do
think
people tend to undercharge than overcharge, or charge correctly?
I think you're bang on. Most people, if they're not confident in their pricing, or if they've not been doing it very long, they don't fully understand themselves what's involved in the task, especially if it's a big job or if it's a service they haven't offered before. I think the general feeling is that you want to give the customer a good deal because it's like your first one or whatever, and then you do the job and you're midway through thinking, oh my god, I can't believe I've only charged this much. And it's not in terms of time or necessarily days spent on the job, because you have a sort of rough understanding of how long something like that might take, but the effort involved in doing something like that repointing that I did the other day, on your hands and knees all day, grinding out the joints, dust in your eyes, like having to wear a mask and a hood and just sweating. And then that's just the first stage of the process. You've got to pack all those tools away, get the pressure washer out, and then you've got to get the chemicals out, and then you've got to get, carry all these big tubs of jointing compound. And it's like the size of the area is one thing, but then having to stack all these different services on top of each other, it's just trying to figure out which order to do stuff in. Like, that was what I struggled with today. I think we had it quite good yesterday, although I felt bad because you just cleaned this lovely patio and got everything rinsed down and looking brand new. And then I moved over to your side and started cleaning the roof and just plastered everything in moss again. So sorry about that.
I done too good of a job, didn't I, really? I thought I better muck it up a little bit.
Nah, it's like I wouldn't, with two of us on it, it was obviously much quicker, but there's only one of us that can be cleaning the roof at one time. If we both had extendable lances and we could have both been cleaning, that'd have been the way to do it, and then work from the top down. But yeah, just trying to get stuff correct in my head, and like, I think that's the bit that takes the longest. And yeah, the tendency is to undercharge. People are scared of putting their price out. People are scared of the reaction from the customer. I know I was. I'm so much more confident now that I've got a price per square meter or whatever for each surface, or a price per service. So I can take the emotion or the anxiety out of the quote altogether, because this is my pricing. This is what I've done in the past. I'm comfortable with how much I'm earning for this. It's going to cover all my costs, and I think the customer's getting good value for money. And so I times that by however many square meters it is, and that's the price. Take it or leave it. I'm not going to have a conversation about it. I'm not going to try and haggle with you. I'm not going to, try and twist your arm and tell you you're getting a good deal or whatever. Take it or leave it. Shop around. And it's nice to be in the position where you've got like a portfolio of all these before and afters that the customer can go and have a look through to see that you actually do get the results that you're charging for. But starting out, you're not going to have all that, are you? So it is difficult.
Yeah. How long did it take you to get to that point where you worked out how much you were going to charge per square meter for each surface? Was it
Probably
a
like
couple of months? Was it
it's about
very recently?
2 months ago.
Yeah.
The start of this year, I was thinking like,
Yeah.
I need to nail this down because I'm spending quite a substantial amount of time thinking about each job independently and potentially even coming up with slightly different prices. If I was to price this up now and then price it up again in 6 months, they could be wildly different quotes for no reason. So I need to like nail down a specific price per service. And it's helped so much.
Just save you so much time as well.
Yeah, and I'm landing bigger jobs. It's much quicker to do the quote. There's money about, but people are scared of putting their price in, thinking they need to do the customer a favour because they're a nice person or whatever. There's the odd occasion where I'll do like, if you're having multiple services, I'll give you a slight discount on the total price if you have everything done. But I don't feel the need to like discount my prices at all at the moment.
Well, you're very confident with the level of service that you provide and the results. You know, you've been doing it long enough now. You're a very nice guy, so any customer that you go and help, you're going to get on with them. You're easily going to be able to build rapport and build a customer for life. So I get starting out, it can be a bit nerve-wracking initially giving that quote, but like I say, take it or leave it. And as long as you're not, completely ripping someone off and going crazy for like, your first job, you should be absolutely fine.
Well, that's not to say that my level of service is the highest. I just know what's involved in my workflow and the results that I can get with that workflow, and that's what you're paying for. I reckon at the start though, there is that if say for example you've only done tarmac, people don't like cleaning tarmac for some reason. And if you've only done one tarmac job and your first one was a nightmare, you're going to be thinking, oh, I really want to charge this, but that sounds expensive. But it's like you've done one, you know how long it took you, you know how difficult it was. I think that is the natural progression though. It's just experience equals higher price. So maybe that is right that you undercharge at the beginning. I suppose it depends how long you've been doing each surface.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, with my leaflets, I'm just putting, because I'm just going to post out these 1,000. I've just put 10% off your first job just to try and get something in. Again, I'll try and follow the guidance of what you're charging per square meter on each surface. But yeah, you've got to get the experience, though, haven't you? You've got to get them jobs in. And I think if you can get a neighbour in for 20-30% less than what you would typically charge when you've done it for 6-12 months.
Yeah.
For me, that's something I know that I will be doing. I'll be happy to do that just to get some more experience. But as soon as you know the quality of service that you're giving and you know the results and you know it fairly confidently, then you have got the right to put up the prices, because why wouldn't you?
Because there's some people out there that are offering pressure washing as a service, but they don't touch chemicals for whatever reason. They just haven't got into chemicals. They don't offer it. I feel like I need chemicals to get the results that I want to achieve, and so naturally your price goes up because you're using chemicals and you have to buy all this fancy equipment to be able to apply the chemicals. And then you've got all the PPE. And that was what I was going to say earlier about health and fitness and stuff when it comes to this job. I think the only real big risk, other than working at height at times, is the chemicals, because I use them every day, and it is scary. Like I was trying to sort of do my best to show you how to use the hypo without trying to like put you off it and stuff, but when it comes to things like biocide and acid and stuff, like one wrong move and it flicks onto your skin or in your eye, and that's it. Like it's crazy how we're just allowed to. You can just go and buy it on a shelf, off a shelf.
Do you think it will get to the point where, because obviously a lot of rules and regulations and everything over the years they've gone quite massive on like health and safety and everything. Do you think it will get to a point where you as a sole trader, you'll have to go on a course to be able to apply the chemicals, or do you think, again, just this is your personal opinion, really?
Yeah.
Just, do you think it's too relaxed with chemicals?
I think when I was up on that tower cleaning that roof, I was like, how am I allowed to do this? Like this seems it didn't seem unsafe. It just felt a bit wild. Like
yeah.
One wrong move, if I twist this lance the wrong way, it's going to shoot off in that direction. It could, it's little things like that. And Darren from PWS, he's thinking those X jets are gonna like, if someone from the HSE caught wind of how these X jets work and they're atomizing strong chemicals, and I mean, you've got control. I mean, you used that X jet for the first time applying the hypo. Did you feel like you had full control, or did you feel panicked? Did you feel rushed? Did you feel like you were getting it where you wanted it?
No, Matt, I thought it was class.
Yeah.
I thought it was surprising how, because I was asking a lot of questions before, because like, when you're dealing with chemicals, I don't want to be getting it all over the plants, grass, fencing. Like, I don't want to cause any damage. But to be honest, again, literally 5 seconds after using that, you get an idea of how it works. I think as long as you're being sensible and you're being careful and you want to do the job properly, you shouldn't have any problems. But like anything, you can always get, an idiot on a job that messes about, or you'd like to not think that, but this day and age that we live in, well, there's plenty out there.
There are. I was watching a guy. Someone put a video in our Discord where, when they build houses and they've got all the mortar up the side of the bricks on the houses, and so they have to acid wash the side of the house, literally spraying hydrochloric acid all up the side of the house. And this guy was on a ladder. I forgot what he was doing. He was on a ladder with a tub of hydrochloric acid in one hand. Bearing in mind, if that spills onto him, that's burning straight through his skin, no problem. And then he had some sort of applicator, like a spray lance or something, in the other hand. And he was like 2 feet away from the wall that he was spraying. No goggles, no gloves. And I was like, do you not value your life? Like, that's crazy that you're doing that. You sent that video, Ad, was it? Am I right in saying it was acid, and it was like a tub in one hand, applicator in the other? You might have to resend that in the Discord, and we'll have a little watch in a second.
You hear these stories, these stupid stories, and you think, how the hell can that happen? But clearly, you have people that just have no brain cells, and they just. I'm the complete opposite, and I'd imagine you're the same. I do everything possible. I mean, I got into tiling when I was like, what was I now? Probably about 25 or so. I've done some tiling in new builds, no windows in them, so still quite good in terms of like ventilation. You'd see people just like fucking, cutting tiles. You can see all of that dust and everything going in their face. I'm there. I've got my goggles on. I've got my mask on. Like, I'm by a window, so there's ventilation. Like, I don't want to die. I've got a family.
Yeah.
Like, it could be something, that you're applying, you're doing for 10 years or so, and it's having an effect on you over them years, and then one day suddenly hits you.
I think that's what people forget, is that it might not affect you right now, but in 10 years' time, you're going to be breathing. Your breathing's going to be dodgy. You're going to be thinking, why am I breathing like this already? I'm too young to be having like lung issues or whatever. And then you remember you remember what you were doing 10 years ago. I found it when I was working at automotive body shop. I was repairing cars, crash damaged cars, and just even that, just hand sanding filler off the side of a car, and I'd come home and my nose was like clogged full of dust, and I was picking it out of my nose for days, and it was all in my eyelashes and in my eyebrows and stuff. And then I thought, like, this is going in my body as well. If it's in my nose, it's going down into my lungs as well. So, like, from that point on, I started wearing a mask.
Yeah. It helps, obviously, being outside, but when you're talking with, you've got chemicals and everything, you don't want any of that on you.
Yeah.
You imagine what it does to the surface and, like, the algae and everything. Like, imagine that inside your body.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons I left Metis Aerospace in Redditch. I was working with my brother in a aerospace factory on the presses, and you walk in that place, and the air is black. All the skylights on the windows are black. There's a thick layer of dust on every single surface, and like it's oily dust. It's horrible, and you just think it's not healthy to be in this place, let alone to be working in this place. So what's your plan? What's your next step with so you've got your van, you're peeling the sign writing off of it, you've got your leaflets, you've spoke to your father-in-law, is it?
What was that? You broke up a bit then.
You spoke to your father-in-law about dropping your hours down, or your days down, potentially.
So he's quite open to that. So we've got a really good kind of scenario at the moment, where I can do both. I'm going to start off weekends. Mondays, Tuesdays tend to be quite busy in terms of work, and then whenever I get inquiries come through, it's just on the phone, popping a call into them and teeing them up for the father-in-law to essentially get over the line. Next stage is really, I'm going to be jet washing the in-laws' rear patio on the weekend, so that should. I think it's quite a big one. I need to get on Google Earth again.
It did look big.
And have a look.
Yeah,
it's quite a big one. So I'm going to jet wash that. I'm going to double check with them in terms of any chemical treatment, because I'm open to using chemicals as well, but obviously not with the X-Jet. So it'll probably be more. I might get one of the. What the valeters use, where you pump it up and you just spray, and it's like a much lighter spray.
Yeah, you can just get like a weed sprayer from Screwfix for like 15 quid. I've used that loads of times, but the trouble is it is slow, and on an area that big, it is probably going to take you quite a while. But if you've got the time, then why not? Yeah,
it is quite a big area, to be fair. So I might, I might even jet wash it, give it a good clean, and then come back and do it, a few weeks later. I need to get myself an X-Jet, don't I?
Yeah, you might find that those, I think it was composite concrete slabs, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You might find they come up fine, and there's no spots or anything that need treating. It might just come straight off. If they've still got their coating, the ones that tend to be the worst, so when they lose that layer of coating off the top because they've been weathered so heavily, and you see all the stones start to come through, and the surface starts to get rough, and that allows all the liching and the algae to seep into the pores of the slabs, and that's when it's harder to clean with just water.
I'll see how it is, because I think, they've been there, it's going to be about 20 odd years now, and it was there before they moved in. I don't think they've done anything for the rear patio or the front drive. So I'll have to see how that is. It might be a case that I just pressure wash it to start with, see how it is, and then I don't want to be spending hours, chemically treating it. So I might look at getting an X-Jet, a few months down the line.
Yeah, and
then just come revisit it.
The other thing you can do, the route that I went, might be slightly more versatile for you as well. Have you got the stream up? Can you see what I'm putting up here?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, it's a bit slow.
Okay. Yeah, it should be a bit of a delay anyway. Gardiner have got their backpacks back in. That's the one that you brought over on that job. So.
Oh, okay, nice one.
It's essentially just like a 12-volt pump, and you can attach, rather than hand pumping and having like a 5-litre capacity like one of those little weed sprayers have got. You could get this Gardner backpack for 122 quid plus VAT. They're back in stock now. They've been out of stock for about 6 months for some reason. You can either plug in so I use these for cleaning solar panels, gutters, fascias, and soffits. You can apply chemicals with them that you can use them for so much stuff. It opened up so many opportunities for me. But you could also pair it with like a lance sprayer, which is
Right, okay.
that'll be ideal for applying chemicals. That will. It means you don't have to keep stopping every 5 minutes. It's got about a 20 litre capacity, and as long as you clean it out really well after every use, the pump should last. I mean, I've been using mine for over a year, and I've put all the chemicals in it. It's had TFR, it's had hypo, it's had biocide, synergy, it's had degreasers. I haven't put any acid in it. I don't think it'll be acid safe, but yeah, it's been great. And then
I won't look again.
yeah, and then at a later date, if you want to get into like gutter cleaning or conservatory cleaning or whatever, you could then go for a water-fed pole, which will plug straight into one of these backpacks. So this is the route I went. I actually I was applying chemicals with one of these water-fed poles, and you can sort of brush it in at the same time.
Okay.
So
that's what I'll be doing. I'll be looking at just purely doing, you know, patios, driveways, decking, fencing, and then I'll look at going into, you know, guttering, conservatories. Might even look at doing the roof cleaning, because I thought it was quite good, hard work, but good results. So yeah,
the thing I found
that's what I'll look at
with the roof cleaning. I reckon it's a job for. There's a lad on YouTube that does quite a few roof cleans on his own, but I think it's much easier if you've got two people. And with a van of your size, the main thing that stopped me from cleaning roofs when I had your van was not being able to obviously get a tower in the van. That tower's massive. And two, just all the extra equipment that you need to be able to offer roof cleaning as a service. Not only is it super expensive to get into, but it's also, where do you put all that equipment and how do you carry that around with you if you've only got a small van?
Yeah, I could imagine. You'll have to sell me yours then when you upgrade again.
Yeah,
I'll just keep having yours.
I think that's the natural progression, though. It's like pressure washing, and then at the end of this year, you know, maybe September, October time, the money that you've generated through pressure washing, you can either upgrade your pressure washer for a brand new one. So Rich is going to be using my Equipped to Clean Kiam 3700 PR, which is a 15 litre per minute machine. So I think I was using it for like a year. And then when I upgraded to my 30 litre per minute machine, that's just been sat sort of covered in the garden. Still runs great, and it's what sort of got my business up off the ground and got me going. So, or that's around about the time of year, you know, September, October, where people are going to be inquiring about having their gutters cleared. So pressure washing season will dry up, and you know, generally the only inquiries you get through the winter for pressure washing is commercial work or slippery patios. People don't have their drives pressure washed throughout the winter. So you might want to look at moving on to gutter cleaning then, in which case you can get yourself like a little Panther vacuum like I've got, and just start offering that, and you've got plenty of room in your van for a vacuum. So that's probably the way to go.
Yeah, sounds good to me. That's pretty much what I had in my head, and how I was going to pan it out. Give it a good 6 months or so doing the pressure washing, and then see where we're at, and then look at different services. So I know that's the way that you went, wasn't it? In terms of like over the winter period, because naturally you'd imagine it'll start drying up in terms of the patios and everything.
Yeah.
And the driveways. So I would imagine that would have been the natural progression with it.
Yeah. Are you planning on taking a wage straight away from the pressure washing, or do you think you'll keep it in a pot and sort of reinvest?
I think it'll be minimal to start with. It'll be minimal if I was to take it. I would imagine it would be like kit upgrades, I suppose it depends how busy and how many jobs I can get in within that first 6 weeks or so. If I manage to land quite a few jobs and the advertisement goes well and the social media goes well and jobs are coming in, I'm in no desperation to take money out of it. I'd
Yeah.
rather be pumping it back into the business and investing in the business for the long run,
Yeah.
not just a quick thing.
It's difficult to know what to do because for the first like 6 months, I was just doing it on like evenings and weekends, and I had a full-time 9 to 5 job, and
Yeah.
so all that extra income was extra. But when you start reducing your days and then taking pressure washing a bit more seriously, and that's sort of part of your income now, it's like, well, I can't afford to leave money in the business. I need to start taking a wage. So it's hard to know when to do that.
Yeah. I think if it was because I'm in a very fortunate position where I can work this alongside and reduce my hours with the father-in-law if I need to. Don't get me wrong; it's still going to be the same amount of work, but just compacted into busier days.
Yeah.
But that may free up a couple of days in the week. I've always worked weekends, so weekends are absolutely fine with me working. It just really depends on how quick it picks up and how it goes. I'm very easy. I'm very relaxed. If it takes 6 months before I start seeing some decent income, so be it. As long as I keep consistent with it, and it's at the end of the day, it's something that I enjoy doing as well.
Yeah.
So,
I was just going to ask you a question. Bollocks, it's just gone. I had a really good question for you then. Damn it. Oh, that was it. Do you think, because you used to sell cars, do you think your experience as a salesman can potentially help you win quotes?
good question.
And also, you're not a scruff. Like, you're a very well-presented, well-spoken lad. And like, so I think that's quite confidence inspiring for most people. I think that's the main part of the sell, isn't it, sometimes?
Thank you. Appreciate that. It's really weird because even when I was selling, I mean, I was always kind of told naturally. I'll start off at the start. Naturally, I'm quite introvert until you get to know me. I like my own company. I can kind of like plod along in my own world, and it's really strange. I'm very introverted
I think
naturally.
I'm the same. I don't really talk to people unless I have to.
Yeah, not that I don't like people, but I don't like people.
Yeah.
Not saying that I don't like all of you watching. It can come across quite bad, but I'm not naturally a people person. But since I got into the world of work and I've had to kind of like develop that skill, I think I come across a lot better than what I should do, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I know what you
I'm
mean.
quite good at building relationships, but to be honest, sales has really helped me. I've done that for about 4 years. It's still kind of sales based now, calling up people I've never spoke to and building up, rapport and essentially teeing them up for the sale of the franchise. But honestly, the skill set that you learn within sales, it will take you through to the rest of your life. You have to be a people person in business and in life in general. I think you've got to have people skills. You've got to be approachable. You've got to be able to bring people's barriers down. I don't really see myself as sales. I see myself as like I just want to help people.
Customer service.
Yeah, even when I was selling cars, I was like, I don't see myself as I'm trying to sell you this car. You've come to me. You're looking for something. I'm going to do my best to try and find you the best thing out there. There's no pressure. Like, if you don't want it, then absolutely fine. But if you're telling me that you want this car, I'm going to do whatever I can to try and give you the best service and also give you the product that you need. I think that will help when speaking to people and quoting with people. I think that first impression is very important. So you've got to come across, approachable, friendly, professional. You've got to come across professional. again, I think the results will sell themselves if you can show people before and afters.
Yeah.
You can direct them to your page, your social media page, where they can see how you're operating your business.
That's why it's really important to take pictures of just everything you do, especially at the early stages. Just create as much content as you possibly can. Like, even if I'm not on a job on a certain day, if I can take a picture of something, a piece of equipment or something I've just bought or something I'm servicing or changing or whatever, it keeps my page active. It keeps the content rolling. But I like what you say about being presentable and professional as well, because when I was out with my brother, it's quite fun being around Zach, because he's constantly hyper analyzing everything I'm doing to see if there's anything I can be doing better, and that's just the way his brain works, and it's just funny. We got into a couple of arguments because I'm just like, Zach, you just stop criticizing everything I say and do, like, just please. But the one day we pulled up at a customer's house, and I've been driving all morning with my hood up, and I got out of the car, I got out of the van, put my hood down, and then went and knocked on the customer's door. And then we went back to the van and started setting up the equipment. He went, "I'm so glad you just put your hood down." Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And he went, I was thinking, when you get out the van, I hope you put your hood down, because that would just be much more professional and stuff. And it is those little details that do, I suppose, set you apart from, a scruff that turns up with a fag in his mouth and hood up. And also, if I've got someone else in the van, on jobs when I've got multiple people with me or whatever, I always introduce the customer to whoever I've got with me, because there's nothing worse than having a team of people turn up at your house, and you just, you want to meet people, don't you, and sort of get a gauge of what they're like, if they're going to be working at your property. I think it's important.
The customer will need to feel at ease with who's around the property, because they're kind of giving you free reign around it. Obviously, you're not in it unless you're in the toilet.
Sometimes you are. That's one of the worst ones, is when there's no access through to the back garden, so you have to walk through the house. You have to bring all your equipment through the house. So they're trusting you to, like, keep the doors open and walking back and forward through the kitchen and whatever. It's a big deal having, a big lad around your house if you're a vulnerable old lady or whatever. It's a big deal.
I was going to say, because you're on the tall side as well, so it can be intimidating.
Yeah.
Even like when I used to sell cars, sometimes for whatever reason, like, you'll be sat at your desk and the customer will be kind of like guided over to where you're sitting, and they'd sit down straight away without you even getting up and shaking their hand or whatever, and you'll get into a conversation, you'll start building up the rapport that way, and then you'll go and get them a coffee, and like they'll be like, "Bloody hell, I didn't realise how tall you were."
Yeah. How tall are you?
I'm at 6'3", so I'm not a giant, but from like when I used to swim, I've got quite broad shoulders as well, so I look fairly biggish.
You're a big boy.
Big boy.
You
I'm a softer.
For those that don't know, Rich used to swim with Soph, so they always see Soph pop in on a Monday night to say she's off out to go swimming. And before, this used to be McFlurry Mondays, but now that Soph's watching what she eats, we've both got to suffer, and I don't get a McFlurry anymore.
She's doing really well, ain't she?
She's doing great, yeah.
Doing really good. And you as well, from the wrap that you made me, nice healthy chicken wrap with, was it pickles?
Was it chicken?
Baby lettuce, which I thought was avocado.
That was ham. That was ham. You didn't even know what you were eating. I could have put anything in that.
I would have ate it. It was nice. It was fresh. It was healthy. It's a fair plan.
I'm very conscious that we're running slightly over. Do you need to get off, or are you good?
Oh, good for 5 minutes or so. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna go and cook after this.
Oh, what are you cooking?
I'm gonna have it's like a chicken wrap.
Are you sure it's chicken?
It is actually chicken. homemade chips. Probably that. Just something fairly light.
Beautiful.
Mm.
So you're in a position now where you can be doing the odd Sunday here and there with me. Do you want to look at a job together? Actually, there's a pretty big warehouse job that's come in. That is a chap that I used to take my car to him, my old Reliant Scimitar. He used to work opposite Aldi, and he used to pop in every now and again. And he's upgraded his shop, his workshop, and it's basically like a small warehouse. And he's asked, he didn't know it was me he was calling. He just called a local pressure washing business, and it happened to be me. But it's I don't know if you can see on the stream at the moment, but
looks like it's moving around a bit.
yeah,
There we go. Yeah.
put some videos in the chat the other day. So he wants the whole of the inside of this, basically a warehouse. It's got like all oil and stuff on the floor. He wants the whole thing pressure washing inside. He was going to have it like re-resined. He's going to have the floor like dug up and resined. So he wants the inside done. And then there's this massive car park out front. Loads of oil all over the floor. Absolutely huge car park. Even if I just do the car park in this job, this will probably be one of the biggest ones I've ever done. But then we also had a walk around the back of the building, and we just discussed like roof cleaning, gutters. I'd like to give him a price pretty much for everything and sort of break everything down. This is the most moss I think I've ever seen. Look at this. It was literally a carpet on these steps. So he didn't even want these cleaning, but I said, like, I kind of want to clean these. I'll probably just do it for free.
I can see it. The image hasn't come up just yet, but I can see it on one of the images.
Yeah.
Big, isn't it? It's a big place.
It's massive. And
Yeah.
and then he wants the siding done as well. So the sides of this building are just totally covered in algae. And so I need to start putting a price together for all this. And so it'd be really cool if you can hop on it with me at some point.
Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah, I'm game.
Probably needs more than two of us. I think we need a third or a fourth person maybe if we're going to be doing everything. But it depends on the price at the moment, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm more than happy to jump on anything.
Wicked.
Don't matter how big it is, mate. I'll give it a go.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I wish.
When are you planning on getting over to PWS and getting your?
I've got to give him a call. Been quite busy with inquiries and everything today and orders, so I'm going to give him a call in the morning, and then I'll try and get over there Wednesday as long as I've got everything in. The one thing I am debating, and I know we had a chat on yesterday about this, is whether to have the pressure washer permanently in the van,
Mm-hmm.
or to go through the pain of getting it in and out every time. So that's just one thing that's kind of like playing on my mind, because obviously leaving the van out, there's obviously a risk if anyone walks past. Not that I live in a bad area, it's a decent area, so I'd be fairly confident with it, but you just never know.
Yeah.
And I'm a bit weary of that.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't blame you at all. And to be fair, it might even free up a little bit of room in the back of the van if you switched from your 250 litre tank to maybe like a small 120 litre wheelie bin like we used the other day.
Yeah.
And then it's versatile enough where you can take it in and out the van and it's not sort of locked in. To be fair, it's not a bad idea. Using that one we used yesterday, I quite like that. Being able to just move everything around, and then you don't need an expensive high pressure hose reel. You don't need 50 meters of hose. You just need a small buffer tank and a low pressure hose reel, which you've already got.
Yeah, that's what I think I'm leaning towards. I still need to get the pressure washer out just to make sure that my weak lower back will be able to manage it, or get some sort of like, don't know if they do them, like some sort of like ramp
Yeah.
to the side of the van or something like.
If anyone's any Discord members are here, I know there's a couple of our Discord members that use little ramps and stuff. So
Okay.
that might be the way to go then in that case. Take
I think
take that tank out. Just put all the fittings that are currently on that tank onto a little buffer bin. The bins are only about 50, 60 quid.
Yeah.
That could save you a fortune. I would still get a new hose. That high pressure hose that I give you, I wouldn't recommend using that one. I'd still upgrade the fittings, still get the nice new trigger, but it just means you don't need like 50 meters worth of hose, and you don't need like a 250 odd pound hose reel. Could save you quite a bit of money.
Yeah, and again, I think it's space in there as well. Yeah. Obviously, you've used it; it does fit it all in. But yeah, I might do that. I'm gonna get the pressure washer out tomorrow. See if I pull my back.
Yeah.
Should be cool.
Prompt peak. Which ramps did you get? Prompt peak. Because that's it'd be good to know if you like recommend the ramps that you've got, because then we can have a look into them. Are you going to start the machine up tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going to fire it up.
What you could do is, are you going to start filling that tank then and just use it from the tank? Because I don't think you've got the fittings to connect it to the high pressure hose at the moment.
No, I don't know. I've got to go to PWS, haven't I? I'm going to give them a call.
You can still fire it up, but I'd do it outside of the van.
Yeah, just because water will be pissing everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Well, I've got to take it out anyway, so yeah, I'll just fire it up. Yeah, that's fine. Be out of the van.
200 kilograms each on Amazon. What pressure washer does your friend have? He's got my old one, my old Kiam 3700 PR, 15 litre per minute. Foldable, lightweight with handles. Nice. Okay, Rich. I've
only just refreshed it and saw all the chat come through. I completely missed everything.
Oh, no
Sorry,
worries.
Guys.
That's all right. Thank you, mate. I appreciate you jumping on with me. I think it's been a really nice chat.
Yeah, mate. And thank you for setting us all up with it and showing us what you know. And you're doing so good with what you're doing. With your Discord, your YouTube, your videos, everything. So hats off to you. You've done really well. And fingers crossed I can follow in your footsteps.
Thanks, mate. I hope I'm not leading you down the wrong path. I know you've been at a bit of a junction in your life where you're not really sure what to do at the moment, but everyone that's been a part of the Discord and stuff seemed to be doing well with it. Like, it seems to be going in a positive direction. I've had no one that's popped up to say, I mean, one person said he's selling all his gear because he's been offered a job he can't refuse with a wage that he can't refuse. So, but other than that, everyone else seems to be just cracking on with it and having quite good success by the sounds of it. I've heard no horror stories on my end. So I think with your attitude and with your, business mindset and sales background and all that sort of stuff, I think you'll be fine, mate. I think you'll be great. As long as you enjoy the work, that's all that matters.
No, I appreciate it. And it is, to be honest, I don't think I'll ever know what I want to do in life.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just but I know that this is something that I enjoy. All I've known is when I did get to the, away from the swimming and to the point of working, I need to be working for myself. And I've never worked for myself up until, this point. I've been trying to find the perfect thing that I can stick at. But I just haven't found it. Yeah, I think my main issue was really just trying to chase money, trying to find something that would, what a lot of people do, pay you very well, very quick. And, as long as I'm enjoying something and I'm enjoying the process, I don't mind how long it takes because it will naturally come with it.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling very confident with this, and I know it's something I'll enjoy. Mrs. is behind me. We've got a lot of support through you as well, and the Discord and everything. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. It's going to be good.
Awesome. Really happy for you. Really happy for you.
Awesome.
Like I said, stick around in the Discord and just any questions, post them up, because everyone learns from the questions. Some people like private message me with questions, and I'm like, no, put that in the general chat because everyone else might have a bit of an input. I think it's a good way that we can all learn. So, thank you, mate. I appreciate your help yesterday as well. And
not a problem, mate. Yeah, let us know about the that big job that you got coming up.
Yeah, we'll do.
Let us know when you're quoting or whatever. If you need any help on that, I'm more than happy to jump on it with you, bud.
Okay, mate. Nice one.
Lovely stuff. Thanks all.
See you in a bit.
Take care.
That was nice, wasn't it? Lovely. Right, let's get some music on. I'm really sorry about my cough, guys. And apologies for not reading much of the chat. It's hard when I've got like a guest to follow all your questions and your messages as well. What gear is he selling? I don't think he's selling anything. Oh, in his business at the moment. They do like, I think it's something chakra. I can't remember the actual name of it. It's like crystals and stones and like posh things. I don't know too much about it. I would like to know a little bit more, to be honest, but they've got some very cool little trinkets and stuff around the house. Primal Chakra, I think it's called, if I remember. Where are you based, Jake? Big fan over here. Oh, Ben, thank you. I'm in Redditch, which is near Birmingham. I have mine in a pickup Navara. It's tight, but can go anywhere. Nice. I was looking at a pickup build for pressure washing, but I decided if I was going to offer other services like gutter vacuuming and stuff, a pickup wasn't going to be big enough. I'm so sorry about my cough. It's very annoying. It's annoying for me. What am I looking for? Struggling to find my royalty-free playlist that isn't gonna. Oh, damn it. Oh, got it. There it is. I'm mechanic based, same trade, always watch your videos, as you can always learn off others. If ever the other lad needs any equipment to lend, I'm happy to help however I can. That's really kind, thank you. That's amazing. What an offer. People are scared to go self-employed as it's a big step, but a step you need to take. There's no looking back then. I don't think self-employment is for everyone, but I think at quite an early age whether it's for you or not. I think some people just it's sort of built within them, being their own boss and running their own business and stuff. And it might not come for years and years and years, but you'll eventually. The point for me was because I was approaching 30 and I was like, I need to do something now. Like, now is the time that I need to like start my life. But if it wasn't for the Discord and the videos, I'd be more reluctant. Cheers for all the tips. No worries. I'm glad you found the stuff that I do useful. That's the main bit for me. I don't want to just post videos of satisfying cleaning, because there's loads of people doing that, and the enjoyment for me is like getting into the specifics and the tips and tricks and the technicals of and I don't know everything. I've still got so much to learn. I think I'll be learning as long as I'm doing it, but if I can pass some of that on to you guys for free and help you guys get started and learn from sort of my mistakes rather than making them yourself. I mean, I think everyone has got a mistake. Everyone has got to make their own mistakes and fail, but it's called like failing upwards, isn't it? Fail often and learn from it and grow from it. Ever thought about window cleaning as well? I did consider it when I first started. When I was running the numbers and the amount of time you have to spend at each property and the low ticket price for each job, didn't seem worth it for me. I know people are very, very successful for window cleaning, but I didn't think it was ever gonna get me to my earning potential, I suppose. Whereas pressure washing, it sometimes seems like sky's the limit with pressure washing. There's always a bigger job that comes in, and this is why I've got an issue with day rates. I was talking to someone in the Discord earlier about a day rate. It's like you're leaving so much money on the table if you're offering a day rate. If you price per square meter, or you've got a set price per service, the sky's the limit. Like, it's just based on area then. Doesn't matter how long it takes me. The price is the price because it's the area. I think a day rate is anyone who's offering a day rate in pressure washing, I think you're doing yourself a disservice. I think a day rate puts a little bit of uncertainty onto the customer as well. Like, if you tell them I'm going to charge you 350, 400 quid per day on this job, I expect it to take this many days. It's like, yeah, but what if it doesn't and the job runs over? Now I owe you another 400 quid that we hadn't discussed before. Like, that's crazy. Just give them the price. They like the price or they don't. And it doesn't matter how you get the job done as long as you get the results. It doesn't matter how many people you use as long as you get the results. And it doesn't matter how long it takes. I feel like I've started late. No. I started at literally 30. On my 30th birthday I started. Laws, welcome. Oh, nice. Direct jet. Well done. I'm 60. Seen it, done it, and knackered. Out of interest, Richard, are you still in the trade? Are you still doing this? Got 45 square meters to angle grind on one of my jobs. Yeah, it's quite difficult work, I'd say. I did 95 square meters the other day. It took me about like a full day of angle grinding. That did. You off? Yeah. Have a good swim. Run and swim. I've got this cough is so annoying. Yeah. It's horrible. I hope it's gone by tomorrow. Love you. Yeah. Is Coda in the kitchen? Yeah. Okay. Enjoy. Yeah. Any thoughts on the Vanguard electric start machines? Very popular. Becoming more and more popular because they're Darren's go-to machines at PWS. I don't think he's had any more reliability issues with the Vanguards compared to like Hondas. I think from what it sounds like they perform just as well, and I think the electric start version is probably the same price as the pull start Honda, so I think they're a little bit cheaper potentially. You might have to double check that. I hit that point a year ago when I turned 25. Felt like it's now the time to try and start my own thing and work for myself. Nice. Let me know if the music's too loud. I do window cleaning Monday to Thursday. Have quite a big round. That's my bread and butter. My driveways and patios I book for Friday and Saturday, and I'm booked out with them months in advance. It's a nice balance. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it is nice that I can see the benefits of a window cleaning round because you've got that constant income. You've got that recurring every month. You sort of know roughly what you're pulling every month, whereas pressure washing, totally sporadic. One month you can earn 800 quid, and the next month you could earn 4 grand. You don't know how it's going to play out based on the inquiries that you're getting, and based on the time of year as well. Is is window cleaning all year round? Do you still window clean in the winter? I think you do, don't you? Window cleaning is so repetitive, same customers each month. But I suppose you get quicker. I suppose doing the same property every month, you learn how to speed up until you're like ultra efficient. Never make money doing a day rate, absolute madness. Agreed. What should we be charging in 2024? I'm still at £3 to £4 per square metre for driveways. I've got a different price for every surface, believe it or not. Not every surface. I mean, block paving is different to tarmac or natural stone. It depends if you're using a chemical treatment, which quite often I am. I'd say you're about right there. Yeah. Paul's pressure washing cleaning service is nice. I've just started my own exterior cleaning company alongside my job. I've got 3 roof cleans booked in, all from Bark. Before I take the jump and do it full time, do you know any other sites like Bark? I'm sure some people in the chat might be able to help you with that. I don't. I need a mute button, I'm sorry. I don't do any paid advertising, or I don't pay for any leads or anything, so I don't know anything about that world at all. The only thing I pay for at the moment is I bought leaflets and business cards, and I pay to host my website through GoDaddy. That's the only thing I'm paying for. So I'm sure there's some people in the chat that can help you with like lead generation websites. What's the price per square metre like for down south Kent area? No idea. I know some areas of like Scotland it's down to like £1.50 per square metre for a block paved driveway, including sand, which is balmy. Just recently placed an order for my Vanguard. Easy start, can't wait. Nice, good choice. How would you go advertising at the start, mate? Posting on Facebook groups, but nothing yet. Do you have much content on your business page at the moment? Because that's the main thing for me is I wasn't generating much work through Facebook at the beginning. It was mainly word of mouth, friends and family recommending me to their friends. My mom shared one of my posts. I cleaned my mom's drive. She shared that post, and then 3 of her friends got in touch. So in the early days, you've got no reviews, you've got no photos or content on your page. So when people click on you, they're not really going to see much, so they might not get in contact. And at the same time, the algorithm might not have picked up your page yet, so you might not be getting in front of people. But I'd say just keep consistent. Keep posting before and afters. Post a picture of every single thing you do to keep that content flowing. Ask your friends and family for reviews after you do work for them. And that's all I did. And I wasn't doing it on purpose. I wasn't using it as an advertising tool. I was just sort of showing people, like, this is what I'm doing now. Like, this is my business now. I felt like I had to prove something to people, I think. And the before and afters were like a good way of me doing that. Still to this day, sort of want to show people that, you know, I am working. My business is, you know, it is. I have got work coming in, which is crazy. I think I've still got like confidence issues when it comes to what people think of me. I feel like I've got to prove myself to everyone. I don't know. Vanguards are made by Briggs and Stratton, so they have a good reputation and known for reliability. There you go. I was speaking to Howden Insurance today about my public liability and van insurance. I then thought it might be something that might be of interest to people watching, maybe get them on for a chat. Yeah, I was looking, I think I'm going to be switching over to Howden soon. I forgot the chap's name. Is it Chris or Ben or something? Can't remember. Tom? Can't remember. He seems to be very popular in the industry at the moment. What chemicals are safe on all surfaces, as what should be, and what we should be wary of, as in chemicals on certain surfaces? It's a very broad question. Might take me quite a long time to answer that one question, so I'll try not to go into too much detail. Biocide is generally safe on all surfaces, but it takes a while to see results, but it does work. Sodium hypochlorite, hypo, is safe on most surfaces, apart from things like tarmac, which it can stain, limestone, which it can discolour. What else can't you use hypo on? I mean, wood, you can bleach wood unless you saturate it very well first. Use a low dilution on it. I've got a guide for all this in my Discord. Just something I've typed up. It's like a do's and don'ts sort of. I think acid, you shouldn't use acid on certain surfaces as well. Hypo, you probably don't want to use on things like composite decking. I avoid hypo on all plastics normally. I've never tried it, but I don't think it's good practice. If you've got any specific questions you want to ask, I'd be happy to answer, but I'm very tired. I'm trying to think of these things off the top of my head. I've just done 2 days worth of roof cleaning, which has really killed me. Speaking of which, I've got some pictures for you guys if you want to see. I thought that might make the picture bigger, but it doesn't. This was the big beefy tower we got. That wasn't even at its highest. It had another level, but we didn't end up using it because I didn't need to go that high. I actually quite enjoyed this roof clean, to be honest. Access was decent. I had no worries about damaging anything. Here he is, look. It came up really well. It looked great. So it's 2 neighbours together. And then there's like a little garage sort of extension on the side. Slightly different tiles on the side. But it literally came up like brand new. Both customers said like it looks like a new roof, which I was very happy with. There's Rich. So there's the finished result. Very happy with that. If you compare it to the neighbours, like it's literally a totally different colour. Yeah, so these tiles were like grey, and these ones are like tan. I mean, the issue that I've found with roof cleaning is there's so many... When it comes to like coordination and organising things, setting up the tower, you know, unplugging the downpipes, actually cleaning itself, which is very strenuous, hard work. And then you realise, oh my god, I've still got to tidy up all this crap that's all over the drive and all over the gutters and the fascias, soffits, windows, windowsills. It's everywhere. So I've got to sweep all that up and rinse it down. Oh, and then I've got to vacuum out all the gutters. And it's like constantly breaking down and setting up equipment. And when you're doing it in stages across a couple of days, like we did all the back day 1, and then day 2 today, I did everything on the front here. And then I also washed the conservatory roof on the back today as well. And it's just a lot. It's a hell of a lot of work, especially for one person. Yep, 100% window cleaning is all year round. My work is 4 weekly basis, 12 months a year. That's cool. Why no acid on limestone? It'll just bubble and dissolve it, basically. I have a mix at the moment. 42 window cleaning customers. 25 are 4 weeks. 17 are every 8 weeks. Plenty of time. What's like an average round? Say you wanted to fill... How many properties can you get through in a day when it comes to window cleaning, roughly? You're not rushing. You're sort of taking your time, enjoying the work. How many can you get done in a day? I suppose it depends on your working hours, doesn't it? But yeah, I'm just interested as to how much money realistically you can pull per day window cleaning. And it's very low entry level, barrier to entry. I mean, even a water fed pole and a gardener backpack and you know, pure water, once you're set up and you've got that initial expense out of the way, you're just paying for pure water at that point, aren't you? You can only be quicker by, say, 2 minutes per house, and like anything, you can't keep up you can't keep up that pace. Yeah, I mean, 2 minutes does add up across all those properties, though. So how do we know what's limestone? This is where you need to do a bit of research and look at how to identify certain stones, or join our Discord and send me a picture, and I'll let you know what sort of stone you're cleaning, which is what we generally do. And then with experience, you'll just start to learn. You know, 2.5 years, just over 2.5 years, I've been doing this now, and there are still lots of surfaces that I look at that I think, don't really know what that is, you know. But also, I've done the Pure Seal Approved Applicators course, and it's a fantastic course. And you come away with this Bible, and it tells you how to identify every single ground surface, how to clean it, which chemicals are safe on it, and then how to seal it if you want to as well. So have a look on the website. Pure Seal Approved Applicator. Module 1 is the one that I've done. Very, very useful. Which lance are you using in that picture that you shared? The last one with the red turbo nozzle. Is it this one? That's a ST2600 trigger. curved lance from. It just comes with the package that Pressure Washer Sales and Service give you. And it's just got a 1/4 inch quick release on the end for the turbo nozzle to slot into. It's very comfortable actually. It's got like a nice grip. Got like a nice plastic thing. Apart from the obvious reduction in work as winter approaches, people still wash driveways in winter, right? Weather permitting, of course. No, not really. You will find a massive... It's astonishing the drop-off, actually, after September of people that no longer get in touch about... You know, patios and stuff are generally fairly all year round, but people aren't going outside in the winter. They're staying tucked up in the warm. You'll occasionally get like a slippy patio that needs pressure washing, but other than that, people aren't looking outside. They're not interested in whether their garden's green or not. But then spring, start of summer, they all want to get the outside of their houses looking great because they're spending more time there. So now there's a huge drop off in the winter. My first year, my winter was absolutely dead. I had to go back and work at my previous job. Just doing like a couple of days a week there. And it's lucky that I was still on like a 0-hour contract with them where I could just sort of go back and tell them the hours I needed. Which is why I tell everyone, like, don't just leave your job. Don't just go full time and hope for the best. Especially when you've got no reviews, no customers, no one returning, no recommendations. Like, it's a slow process to get to that point where you're busy in the winter. I've had the busiest winter I've had just, like, year 2. I've had an incredible winter. And it's because it's mainly been, like, big commercial jobs, schools, factories. What turbo nozzle do you use for roof cleaning? Do you just use the dart ones, the smaller ones? I use the same turbo nozzle as I use for block paving. The only difference is this red one in this picture is higher flow than the one I used for the roof cleaning. Sorry. So this little turbo nozzle on the end of this is one of these. So that red one is the one I use for ground surfaces, just a heavy duty one, and it's jetted to my machine. And then this blue one is the one I'm using for roof cleaning, and it's jetted to my old machine. So it's a slightly smaller orifice, so higher pressure, less flow. It's just not outputting crazy amounts of water because I don't think you need it for roof cleaning. I think I was cleaning at less than 150 bar today. Whereas, you know, I turn it right up to 200 bar when I'm doing ground surfaces like block paving and stuff. And then I'll pull the revs up slightly as well. But my machine was idling with the needle valve turned down to about 150 bar. It's just not got the sleeve on it, so that blue sleeve fell off, that's all. Sorry guys, my voice is I'm struggling at the moment. How much is it to host your website? I think it's about £11 a month, roughly. I can't remember. But I'm also hosting my Smart.club as well. This quoting tool, so that's probably like another £11 a month. So if anyone's struggling for pricing, you can just have a play about with these numbers here, and try and get yourself a process for each surface, a price per surface. I've got my trusted suppliers on here as well, so I buy from all of these people, and I would rate their products and rate their customer service. So if you're struggling to know who to buy from, have a look on here. Also, in my Discord, we've got a map. If anyone does join the Discord, you've got access to this map where you can put your business location on here. So we can sort of share each other work, and if we get leads from certain areas, we can pass them over to each other. You know, we can team up. We can team up with each other if we need help. We've also got all the locations for my trusted suppliers on here as well. I don't know why these are all untitled. That's quite annoying. What's happened here? What do you mean untitled? Has someone been messing with this? So that's Pressure Washer Sales and Service in Evesham. This is Rutland Pumps. This is PWS in Stafford. We've got Gutter Vacuum Systems. Where's Gutter Vacuum Systems? They've gone. They've been deleted. Who's over here? They're over here. What are they doing over here? It's all gone wrong. Someone's been messing. Oh well. I'll figure it out another day. Is there a cost to join your Discord? I've lost where I am now. I am slowly getting through your questions. I'm sorry. I'm going a bit slow tonight, aren't I? Is there a cost to join your Discord? Yes. Here you go. Let me play a quick ad. Won't be long. I'm just going to pop to the toilet. Now, these videos take a lot of time and effort to film and edit, on top of trying to run a successful pressure washing business. If you find any of the information in my videos useful, then I'd like for you to consider becoming a paid member of the channel. Circle members and above will get access to my private Discord for members only, where you can pretty much get a hold of me 24 hours a day for inspiration, technical help, marketing advice, or just a general chat. I post pictures and videos that you won't see on any of my other socials. You'll be the first to hear about giveaways, special offers and announcements, and it's just generally a nice place full of like-minded people who are all heading towards similar goals. We've got various different experience levels. We've got a few professionals in the chat as well. If you want to push your business, in my opinion, this is the place to be. We also have two other membership tiers. One is just to show a bit of support for the channel, and the other one is for boosted members, which will not only give you access to the private Discord, but also loads of high quality promotional images for you to start your business. I know what it's like when you're ready to get going, but you don't have any before and after pictures to put on your leaflets. At the moment, there's about 150 images that you can use for pretty much whatever you like, and my intention is to constantly update these over the next few years with all of my before and afters that have helped promote my business. Last thing before I let you go, new videos come out every Monday night at 5:30, and then I go live at 7:30 to chat to you guys and answer as many questions as possible. We do live quotes for real customers and just generally keep up to date with everything going on in the pressure washing world. Thanks for watching. Back to the video. And we are back. Sorry about that. I think we need to do more live quotes, don't we? I think people quite enjoyed the quotes before. I've got a few to get back to be fair. I don't know if anyone knows, this is crazy, right? I got a WhatsApp message from someone the other day saying they're from the Sunday Times and they're writing an article about how TikTok has influenced the increase in pressure washer sales from like satisfying videos and stuff. I was like, okay. And he said like, do you have 10 minutes to do an interview with me? I was like, how do I know you're real? Like, I have so many weird messages, and how do I know this is genuine? And he sent me his ID badge. He was a Sunday Times reporter, and so we did a phone call that night. and did an interview. And then he said, I want to send out, is it okay if we send out a photographer to your job tomorrow to take some high quality professional pictures? I was like, I don't really have time. I'm quite busy tomorrow. And he said, like, it'll only take 10 minutes. I went, yeah, okay. Yeah, we can do that. And the guy turned up. Obviously, it didn't take 10 minutes. It took more like an hour. And it was very cringy. And it was fun. It was fine. But, like, here's the article. Crazy, isn't it? Sunday Times, page 13. I thought that was pretty cool. And since then, I've had quite a few inquiries on my website. Like the contact form. I've had like 3 contact form inquiries today. And I normally get like 1 or 2 a week, and I've had 3 today, which is strange. Quite cool. My dad was very proud, bless him. He's been very supportive. Everyone's quite proud of me, to be fair. It's very random, but it's a cool like thing to say, isn't it? Why is Yell a scam? Don't go with Yell. Worst advertising company, total scam. Oh, really? How did you get on with finding new nozzles for your surface cleaner? I found the standard BSP nozzles didn't screw in all the way. Oh, I don't know. Which surface cleaner have you got? Is it a weird one? There's a lawsuit against Yell as they have promised you get leads but never deliver. Really? That's interesting. Ever since my brother signed me up to Yell, they've been ringing me and saying I need to finish setting up my profile and like start paying for leads and stuff. I'm like, no, I'm good. Swapping my gutter and water fed pole equipment out tomorrow for pressure washer, buffer bin and surface cleaner. Have a small van like you used to. Can't wait for a bigger van. Nice, mate. Wash fix. Yeah, small van problems, man. It is a hindrance, but I think we've all got to start there, haven't we? I mean, you can't start in a Sprinter like I did. I mean, like I've got now. It's just not realistic for most people. I don't think it's a natural progression. Get a bigger van when you start offering more services and earning more money, I suppose. Jack, that's it. Jack Bowley. Yeah, he seems like the go-to guy for insurance at the moment. I'm going to definitely look at it in April when mine renews. Does leafleting work for pressure washing? I've just got some printed, but I'm wondering if potential customers take offence. I've posted over 700 leaflets and got 1 job. I don't know whether my leaflets are rubbish. I'm not posting them at the right times. I'm posting them in the wrong areas. I don't know. Some people, I think Craig Washy, he said something like 90% of his customers came from leaflets, which is crazy. So I don't know. It obviously works for lots of people, but it's not been good for me. What's the best way to get decking up nice? So generally, if you're washing like a green deck, it's got loads of algae on it, it's still going to be green after you've pressure washed it. The important thing with wood is to go with the grain with a fan lance, so maybe like a 15-degree fan tip. 15 degree? Do I mean 15 degree? No, I meant the green one. I think I mean 25 degree. What's the green one that comes with your... Yeah, the green one. Yeah, it's the green one. 25 degree fan tip with the grain, and don't stop halfway down the panel. Because if you stop, or if you start halfway down a panel, you could end up with a really harsh line where the nozzle was, where you've put too much concentrated pressure and you've stopped in one spot. So either feather out upwards, so go for as long as you can and then sort of feather it out, or try and walk and do the whole length of the panel. Pressure washing decking takes so much longer than any other surface, in my opinion. Unless you can use a surface cleaner, if you've got the right tips on your surface cleaner, you can wash decking. But 9 times out of 10, it'll still be green afterwards. It depends what they're going to be doing with the decking, if they're going to restain it or if they're going to paint it. You can use hypo. There's a really good podcast on Spotify called Soft Wash UK podcast with Mark Cave. Very, very informative. Lots of episodes about hypo, about different chemicals. There's a good one here about, can you use sodium hypochlorite to clean wood? And he goes in detail about using hypo on decking. And, you know, as long as you saturate it first and have it absorb all the moisture and it's not absorbing any more, then you can use hypo on the surface, because it only sits on the surface. You know, a weak mix, wash it off afterwards. And again, it won't happen instantly, but you leave it, you come back the next day and it'll be so much brighter and all that green will be gone. Or you could go the longer route and just use biocide. Quite a convoluted answer there, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, Softwash UK, there's loads to learn on this podcast. There's only not many episodes, but there's loads of information there. They're only short as well. Very digestible. Is that your tower? No, I hired it from Dormer Plant Hire, I think. These guys in Redditch. It was a decent tower. I was happy with it. Quite easy to put together. Some of the screws, like the handles and stuff, were tight and rusty because they store them outside, but it was fine. How did you find roof cleaning? It's very difficult. Lots to manage, lots of different things to juggle, and trying to figure out what to do first or what to do in what order is difficult. And then the work itself is very tough as well. Very, very, very physically demanding. My arms feel huge at the moment. Just want to say, love your content, love how you are. Literally here helping people in the industry. Karma is real, mate. Appreciate all the knowledge and help. Oh, thank you so much. That's a lovely comment. Thank you. Dyramax, is that how you say that? I really appreciate that comment. Thank you. Deck Clean Pro, then back 50. Yeah, Pure Seal have got a product called Deck Clean Pro, and the results look incredible. Every time I've seen someone use it on the approved applicator page on Facebook, every time it just looks insane. If you can hear a weird squeaky sound, it's not my bottom, it's my chair. It's like the squeakiest chair in history. I need to get some grease on it or something. So this is Deck Clean Pro. It's like a two-stage formula that you sort of mix together on the day, I think. I've not used it before. But the before and afters from the, look at that. Isn't that insane? The wood looks better than new. It looks delicious. And every time people use it, it always looks fantastic. Look at that. Mad. Have you used the flat surface cleaner on a roof yet? No, I haven't. Oops. How much was your hire, mate? I think including VAT, it was like £86 for 2 days. It was over the weekend as well. It was Sunday and Monday. What tower have you got? It's not mine. It's from Dormer. It's like a 6.5 meter, but I didn't actually need the whole height. How much is that Guts of Vacuum Systems lance for the roof cleaning? Looks really good. Yeah, I'm very happy with it. I think it's like 760 quid. I'm doing Klarna for this, so I just thought, why not? They've changed their website. They've got an X-Demo section now. Is that sad that I know they've changed their website? So I've got the GVS 35 power pole, and it comes with literally everything you need to start pressure washing roofs. All the different fittings in case you've got a different fitting on your hose. Yeah, it's great. Very happy with it. 760 quid, including VAT. Yeah, I'm just doing it in like 3 monthly payments with Klarna. Because why not? Spread it out a bit. How do you price roof cleaning? Depending on whether I'm scraping it or pressure washing it. Like, don't take advice from me on roof cleaning because I've literally just started. And I don't know if I'm going to continue, to be honest. I need someone to come and help me. I don't want to do it on my own. It's between like £9 and £11 per square meter. So what I'm doing is going into Google Earth, finding the roof, for example, this one. Let's look from the ground to get an estimate of the pitch. Okay, so it's about normal, the pitch on this roof. So all I'm doing here is going into 2D mode. Let's take... These aren't very good examples because there's so much shadow. Let's just take this one. So click on the measure tool. I'm doing a really rough measurement here. Again, this one's not great because there's lots of shadow. About there. Bring this one out a bit. So this is quite a small roof actually. Oh no, it's not. It's quite a big one. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong bit. So 110 meters squared. So what I'm going to do now is to account for the pitch of that roof, because if you were to flatten that out like a piece of paper, it's going to be bigger than 110 meters squared. So we've got to try and account for that pitch. So I'm going to times it by about 1.4, 1.3, 1.4. I think 1.5 would be 45 degrees. I don't think it's quite that. I think it's a little bit less. So I'm going to times it by about 1.4. 110 times 1.4. And that gives us like a rough, true estimate of the surface of the roof. So let's round that up to 155 meters squared. And then depending on which service I'm offering and depending on the access, you're just going to times it by whatever roof cleaning price you're using. So it could be 9. If there's like remedial work that needs doing, or if there's real poor access, we could times it by 10. If we're scraping it, some people charge less or more for scraping, so you might want to do 155 times £7 per square meter. That's my process. I've not got the price per square meter nailed down just yet, so don't take my pricing and copy it. Sort of try and figure it out yourself, or try and figure out what the industry standard is by asking other people in the industry. Don't ask me for roof cleaning advice. Have you tried scraping? Yeah, I've got a couple of roof scraping jobs under my belt, most of which have been bungalows. I've recently done a 2-story roof scrape. Didn't enjoy it. Very hard work. Didn't really find the results to be that amazing, but it did the job. Customer was happy. So, is roof cleaning more lucrative than pressure washing? I don't know. I mean, the ticket price is higher, but yeah, I suppose it is. Yeah, I suppose it is, but it's much harder work, and you have to use much more expensive gear. So you've got to sort of weigh up whether it's worth it for you. Hi, Chelt, welcome. Hello, Bruno. Pay me a day rate not far from you. 20 windows. God, I'm so far up. There's been so many questions since then. You get through 20 windows a day without rushing, 25 if you're rushing. If it's compact, yeah, I suppose it makes a huge difference if they're all close together. When are you in the tabloid papers? We've just been through that, I think. Simon, I'm still catching up on the questions, I'm sorry. Have you done module 2 yet? No. Some windows are hydrophobic and take longer because the water rolls off the window in the gaps, so it doesn't rinse off well, slows you down. Is that just the design of the window? They've got like a film on them. Is it a film, or is it like something that's applied to the glass when it comes out the factory? Can you leave your pressure washer outside, like under a plastic cover? So for the longest time, I stored my pressure washer in the van because it was sort of basically van mounted. And then recently I took it out when I upgraded my machine, and I left that machine in the back garden just under a cover. It's all locked up and stuff, but it was still exposed to the elements with like a tarp over it. And immediately the exhaust started going rusty, like the shield around the exhaust started going rusty, and then the pump started sort of oxidizing and stuff, and you can tell it had been outside, and that happened within a couple of weeks of it being sat outside. So even though it wasn't directly getting rained on, you could tell the moisture had still got to it. Is it worth carpet cleaning in the winter? You'll have to ask Curbside Cleaning, because he does pressure washing, he does roof cleaning, and he does carpet cleaning as well. He does all the services, so that might be something you want to ask him. Yeah, it's not good to leave your pressure washer outside in the winter. I mean, even in the van, your pipes will still freeze. You need some sort of thermal layer or heater in the van. Some people moan about the windows being clean in the rain. I mean, you're still cleaning them. It'd be the same if you cleaned them and then it started raining straight afterwards. Isn't rainwater like pretty much pure water anyway? Isn't it a similar thing? Probably not, is it actually? Am I going to do soft washing? I already soft wash. I already soft wash sometimes, depending on access to water, whether the surface needs pressure washing or whether it can just be soft washed. I don't do it often, but it's yeah, I do. Does it take the top layer off the roof tiles when pressure washing them? There's a big argument between roofers and pressure washers as to whether pressure washing damages a roof, like the coating on tiles and stuff. I haven't seen any evidence to show that it does. You need some hot chicken soup. That sounds good right now, actually. Can you drop the Discord link, please? If you go onto my channel, onto my YouTube channel, and then click join, it's under any of my videos. It should be under this live stream. Click the join button. Now these videos take once you become a circle member or above, in the perks section you'll have access to the Discord. If you're on iPhone's weird. Sometimes you won't see the link, you won't see the join button here. So you have to go down into the description, click on this link here, which is really annoying, and then open that link with Safari. I had to do it on my girlfriend's phone just to test it out because loads of people kept saying they couldn't see the link, they couldn't see the join button. Really weird, but yeah, that's iPhone for you. I guess they don't like YouTube. Google. Your internet died. Oh no. I'm sorry if my voice is very like monotone. I'm starting to struggle a little bit. First time to the toilet. Are you counting? Oakside, welcome. How you doing, mate? Do you think the Panther is good? Yes. I still use my Panther every day. Not every day. I use it maybe 2-3 times a week. I was using the GVS 3600 today, so the big triple motor version. But the Panther is so versatile. I carried the Panther up onto a roof yesterday because it was just light and easy to do. And it means I can vacuum the gutters out by hand. It was a flat roof. It was like the lady calls it an orangery. You just text me saying, "Hi Jake, I'm over the moon with your cleaning and clearing of the roof and gutters. I really want to say that you work so hard and conscientiously. I can't remember. Don't know. I have recommended you to others and my dad and my friend, who will likely be in touch. Thank you again for doing such a great job, as I really appreciate it. Let me have your bank details." That's really lovely, isn't it? That makes me happy. Looks like you're doing the Darren PWS lunge in the newspaper article. He made me do all these weird positions. He said, could you get down on your knee and like put some motion into it as if the pressure washer's like pushing you back? And he's like, I know you'd never normally do this. I'm like, so why am I doing it? Like, anyone who's ever used a pressure washer will know that you don't need to be on one knee. Like this, just, he wants to get all the water going in the air, and he wants me low enough down where he could get it all in the frame. Like, I get it, I understand why he's doing it, but it made me look stupid. The ones that he took of me in action actually pressure washing were really, really good, but they didn't get posted on the article, which was quite annoying. I'm hoping he's going to send me them. He said he would, but now he's blanked me. Do you think there'll be any backpacks at the expo? Yeah, probably. Yeah. I don't see why not. I forgot to tell Rich that he needs to come to the expo with us. Shut up, Luke. Zestiness. Yeah, I think I said Mark Cave. Yeah. He used to own his own soft washing training course, I think. On Pure Seal, thinking of doing an order for chemical for driveway. Driveways hypo, limestone, biocide, which one, and decking along with non-caustic TFR, fascias and soffits. You might need to restructure that. Is that a question or is that a statement? I can't tell what you're saying there. Can we get a list of must-haves? Oh, I see. Okay. Yes. How's it best to do this? Okay, so a list of must-haves. So if you're just starting out, I wouldn't recommend mixing your own hypo. You want to get Nuclear Pro instead. So Nuclear Pro. Who's that? Dyramax, thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much, mate. That's very kind of you. Awesome. So Nuclear Pro is sodium hypochlorite, which has got surfactants to help it foam up. It's got a scent mask to help it smell nice. It's got wetting agents to help it stick to the surface for a bit longer. Very, very good product. No, it means you don't have to mix your own chemicals. You're not buying something from here and mixing it with this, and you're not sure whether it mixes together right. And you need to be very careful with hypo, with what you're mixing it with, because most things aren't safe to mix with hypo, and you can create some really crazy gases. So I'm not going to go through which surfaces this is good for, because that's a whole separate conversation. But hypo, Nuclear Pro. When it comes to gutters, fascias, soffits, you could go Synergy Pro. Again, very, very good product. Very foamy, easy to rinse, safe on pretty much all surfaces. You just sort of want to avoid tarmac, apparently, because it can degrade certain types of tarmac, but I've never had that issue. I've actually used it on tarmac with good success. You can use it for like cladding, siding, and it's a fantastic degreaser as well, so you can use it to help remove oil stains, loosens up all that algae and the dirt and muck on gutters, fascias and soffits, and it rinses off really nicely as well. Very effective cleaner. You can dilute it at quite low dilution ratios as well, so 20 litres will last ages. Biocide, I don't use the BioClear anymore because I'm happy with the results that BackClear are giving me, and it's cheaper. So there's two different biocides. Well, there's about 4 different biocides on this website, but BackClear 50 is the one I use. So this is a post roof cleaning treatment. So after I've scraped a roof or pressure washed it, I'm going to apply this product at around about 20:1. And then all ground surfaces, if I'm going to offer like a maintenance plan, or if I want to just prevent moss from coming back after I've maybe washed some tarmac, or after you wash like a some AstroTurf or tennis court, or some render, you can apply this, and there's different dilution ratios in the Yeah, 1 to 20 for roofs and render, 1 to 30 for ground surfaces. There's a PDF on this as well, if you, depending on the rate of infestation, you can use different dilution ratios. So again, 5 litres of this product will last ages. Because if you're diluting it 1 to 20, you're going to get 80 litres of mixed product out of 5 litres, out of a 5 litre tub. So you can use it on wood, decking. It's safe on pretty much everything. Limestone. So those are my main 3. They also do caustic and non-caustic TFRs, which you can use for gutters, faces and soffits. Solar panels, you can use a non-caustic TFR on solar panels. And then the jointing compound. Got all the different colours that you can order. Why can't I click order on anything? Oh, I've got to log in. You've got to log in now to see prices and to make purchases. They're gearing their website and their products towards people who are actually in the industry now, rather than allowing just anyone to buy stuff. I think it's probably something to do, a little bit more to do with regulations in health and safety and being able to sell, strong chemicals and stuff. I don't know whether it's anything to do with like competition. I'm sure it wouldn't be too difficult to figure out their pricing, but it's an interesting choice. I'll have to ask them why they've done that. And then the other thing on here, the really good thing about Pure Seal is if you're unsure of what's safe for each surface, you go on the shop, and then if you're on your phone, you need to scroll all the way to the bottom. But if you're on the browser version, if you look on the right hand side here, you can basically shop by surface. So if you're looking for render, you can look at render sealing, render stain removal, or render cleaning products. And you click on that category, and then it will pull up all the products that are safe to use on render. And then you can just find the one you like. If you've got decking, let's see if we can find some decking. Clay block paving, concrete, pattern imprinted concrete, sandstone, limestone, decking, timber, cleaning products. So you've got all the biocides. You've got Max Clean Pro, which is like a strong cleaner with a hint of biocide in it. Deck Clean Pro, and then Safe Clean Eco. I think the Safe Clean Eco is good around like rivers and lakes and stuff, and fish. So yeah, that category section on the side there is really, really useful. If you are purchasing stuff from Pure Seal, I'd be really grateful if you'd go into any one of my videos first and click on one of these Pure Seal links, and then they'll know that you've come from me, and I'll get a bit of commission and kickback from any of your future purchases then. That'd be really kind of you. So these links are in all of my descriptions lately. Oh my gosh. John Summers, welcome. TFR on render, has anyone done it? I'm not sure really what you'd achieve from that. You might get like traffic film and like carbon staining off, but you won't get any. I don't think you'll get much organic staining off, because I think render's quite absorbent. It really does pull in that organic staining, so it's quite difficult to get off without like bleach or biocide. Which conversion kit do you go for with your water-fed pole for jet washing? It's the one that came with the gutter vacuum systems pole. I didn't add anything on it, it just came with it. Rainwater contains lots of dust. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Are those broom nozzles for rinsing down just 60-degree nozzles? Yeah, they're either 60 or 65 degree. I can't remember. They're actually in my description. I'll show you. But the key with those nozzles is to oversize them, overjet them. Oh, it's not available. What do you mean to me? There we go. Ultra wide jet, ideal for cleaning up after the job. Oh, they've not put what degree it is, I don't think. I think it's a 60 degree. But the key is to oversize the orifice so you get more flow. You don't necessarily need high pressure from that nozzle, you need high flow. So if you can open up that hole, say my machine requires an 045 nozzle, you'd want to get like an 065 or an 07. So you're putting more water out and it's not so high pressure, because the key is it's low pressure and it's putting a lot of water on the surface, so it's got a lot of like pushing power. If it was too high pressure, you're just going to blast stuff everywhere, and that's not what you want for like rinsing down or moving dirt. You know what I mean? Oh man. The company PWSAS, can you order fittings on their website, or do you have to ring up? You have to ring up. They're very customer service driven, and they want to make sure they give every customer like a real personal touch, and they're not the sort of company just to put a load of products on a website regardless of whether it's going to earn them more money or not. They're more interested in building relationships with their customers, and so they want to encourage people to ring up and yeah, I have mentioned it to them in the past, like it would be much easier for people to purchase stuff from just a website and stuff, and they just said maybe they'll do it at some point, but they're certainly putting a few prices and stuff up on their website since I first met them. But I don't think they're too interested in like integrating e-commerce onto the website at the moment. I don't know. You can use the website and they are great on the phone also, mate. DirectJet, I can't remember what we were talking about then, sorry. Have you ever found issues using Black Clear 50 with hard water? No, and I don't think you'd know either. I don't think you'd... Because it takes so long to become effective on like a roof or like tarmac or whatever. Unless you revisit that property in 12 months. And how do you know that it's like a hard water area unless the customer specifically tells you? I don't think it's something I'm worrying about personally. Can you use joint it with bio on set? Did you guys see any of the stuff that I was pulling up just then? I was in full screen mode. I don't think you did. That's annoying. Can you use joint it with bio on the surface or joint it then bio after? I'd probably, because that jointed stuff, I think it's quite oily. It contains like rapeseed oil, I think, or some sort of oil to help it flow into the joints. That's a very good question, because oil is organic. Very good question. I don't know. Max clean for solar panels, yeah. No more for public access, and you have to send your ID for business web. Yeah. So PureSeal want your ID before you can make purchases. For those in the Discord, I made an easy access sheet to show which PureSeal products are suited for each surface based on the website Jake just shown. That's a good point you did. What section was that in, Matt? Was that in guides? Or was it useful links? It would be in chemical chat, wouldn't it? PureSeal guide, here it is. How good is this? He's put a spreadsheet together so you can see. So he's used that data from the Matt's used that data from I can't talk, I'm struggling now. From the categories section, and compiled it all for us, which is really cool. This is the sort of stuff you get in the Discord, man. And people are sticking around, so they obviously find it useful. So you might too. Stallion for that, Jake. We'll use the PureSeal link again when I make the order. Not long on my course now. Not long to my course now for March. Nice. Thank you, mate. Those are the links for PureSeal. I've been saying Orange Army. I think Orange Army has got some negative connotations. Something to do with Ireland. My history is not great. Oh yeah. A conservative British unionist organisation. Yeah, probably best to avoid. I do want to do like hashtag Orange Army and rip off what PWS are doing. I actually do want to do it, but I'm not gonna. I've made some fun things to give out. I'm gonna go get them. I'll be back in a sec. At the cleaning expo. Wrap it up, Jake. Get some rest. 2 seconds. I just want to show you this. Now, this isn't supposed to be serious. It's just something funny that I thought of the other day. I wanted to bring some stuff to give out at the Cleaning Expo. So for anyone who watches my channel, or for any of the Discord members, that we're all meeting up at the Cleaning Expo. I've made some little bracelets. I probably need to do a few more. But what they are is orange window cleaning hose. Like a 7mm, 5mm internal diameter hose with one of these little brass fittings. There's a little smelty orange bracelet. I can't put it on myself. Quite difficult. But I thought that was just a funny little thing to give out to people. If they watch the channel and they come say hi, I'm going to give them a bracelet. I'm going to do my own little orange army thing. I can't put it on myself. I'm going to have to get Sophie to put them on people. Oh god, oh they've gone everywhere. Yeah. Just a cool little, fun little bracelet. Might have to take a little pair of scissors around with me to cut them to size if people have got small wrists. Damn it. Is that funny or is that silly? If Jake... I just read that. That's funny. It took me a while to process what you wrote. If Jake mentions you, it's known as a smout out instead of a shout out. That's funny. Amber Army bracelets. Amber Army. Right guys, I'm going to leave it there because I need to get some rest. I'm going to lie in bed. I'm going to eat the second half of the best premium over-the-counter chocolate bar that I saved from earlier. I don't like eating on stream. I think some people get a bit weird about it. I'm going to get a glass of water. Maybe even a cup of tea. I might treat myself to a cup of tea and a few biscuits. Ooh. Lie in bed. Watch some YouTube. It feels good to get my first 2-story roof clean out the way. Still got to go back and buy a side. Resand the rear block paving. And brush some jointing compound into their rear slabs. But they've said they're very happy. That makes me happy. And I know I've not caused any damage. I've done a very thorough job. I've, wiped down all the windows afterwards. I've done a really, me and Rich have done a proper job on that house. I'm really proud of it. Look at that. Proper job. Everything looks great. And I was double checking with the customers before I left. Are you happy with the way I've left things? Is there anything else you need me to do before I go? And this was 5 o'clock. So I was there from 8 till 5 both days. So I've put some shifts in these last 24 hours. I swear. 48 hours. Bye everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for the stream and video. Good work on that roof. Looks amazing. Thank you, mate. Thanks all. I'm going to play another advert just before I let you go. See you in a bit. Now these videos take a lot of time and effort to film and edit on top of trying to run a successful pressure washing business. If you find any of the information in my videos useful, then I'd like for you to consider becoming a paid member of the channel. Circle members and above will get access to my private Discord for members only, where you can pretty much get a hold of me 24 hours a day for inspiration, technical help, marketing advice, or just a general chat. I post pictures and videos that you won't see on any of my other socials. You'll be the first to hear about giveaways, special offers and announcements, and it's just generally a nice place full of like-minded people who are all heading towards similar goals. We've got various different experience levels. We've got a few professionals in the chat as well. If you want to push your business, in my opinion, this is the place to be. We also have 2 other membership tiers. One is just to show a bit of support for the channel, and the other one is for boosted members, which will not only give you access to the private Discord, but also loads of high quality promotional images for you to start your business. I know what it's like when you're ready to get going but you don't have any before and after pictures to put on your leaflets. At the moment there's about 150 images that you can use for pretty much whatever you like, and my intention is to constantly update these over the next few years with all of my before and afters that have helped promote my business. Last thing before I let you go, new videos come out every Monday night at 5:30, and then I go live at 7:30 to chat to you guys and answer as many questions as possible. We do live quotes for real customers and just generally keep up to date with everything going on in the pressure washing world. Thanks for watching, back to the video.